A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
I'm Chickling.
And we're on part 2 of our article, The Fun of Water Sports, Diving and Artistic Swimming. So we looked at diving yesterday, so we've got another sport to look at today. But let's start by asking, other than swimming and diving, what can you do in a pool?
Water guns.
Yeah?
And
float around, relaxing.
Rock, paper, scissors. We do rock, paper, scissors in the pool. Yeah,
Oh,
and then we stay in the water, and then you hold your breath, and you see who stays longer. Like if you win, you can get up and breathe. But if you lose, you stay in the water.
Oh, and die. No, that doesn't sound fun at all. I'm sure that's not how you play.
Die. What else do you do?
There's water polo, which is when you have a ball and you're like smacking to each other and you try and hit it in the goal.
Yeah.
And I think people kind of do a water volleyball version.
Yeah. That
or
one is fun
you
too.
can do the sort of thing that my brothers and I would do as kids. The larger kid puts the smaller kid on his shoulders and you just shove each other and like push each other in the water and fight and just generally be silly like that until someone gets hurt. Your parents yell at you and you have to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, well, those are a number of things you could do in a swimming pool. Not all of them are advisable. Definitely no running, jumping, or any of those other things that swimming pools tell you not to do. But let's see about artistic swimming by reading through day 2 of our article.
The fun of water sports, diving and artistic swimming. Warm-up question. Other than swimming and diving, what can you do in a pool?
Besides diving, there will be artistic swimming at the Paris 2024 Summer Olympics. Here's some important news. For the first time ever, men can join artistic swimming events at the Olympics. This sport is like doing a dance or a magic show in the water. Artistic swimmers twirl, spin, float, and even make shapes like stars and circles. Artistic swimming can be done by a duo or a team of 8 people.
So the article starts by saying, besides diving, meaning as well as diving, there will be artistic swimming at the Paris 2024 Summer Olympics. Of course, that was what we left off with yesterday. It's an Olympic event, but it's also known as synchronized swimming. That was the old name for it. It's kind of, think of like a ballet, but in the water, with a lot of people doing the same kind of special moves and stuff like that. So I also wondered, do you think we should add new sports to the Olympics to replace some of the very older, kind of old-fashioned ones?
I think we already have enough. There's like so many, I can't even count them.
There are. There's like well over 100 different sports, and like 50 of them are just different cycling events as well. I think there's a bit too much cycling at the Olympics. But for example, do you think they should put something like a car driving sport?
Oh, they don't have that yet?
No,
maybe they should, because I
should?
love watching car racing.
Okay, so maybe stick cars there, something like that. Now, the article then goes on and says, here's some important news. For the first time ever, men can join artistic swimming events at the Olympics.
The first time ever. Okay.
Yeah,
so
before this, it was a women-only event. Now, I don't know if it's like there'll be women's groups and men's groups, or whether there'll be like joint groups. Because like a ballet can have men and women, and it's also a bit like cheerleading, the dancing and cheerleading. Yeah. You'd have men and women. Often men are, doing the picking up part and so on. Can you think of any other sports that are only for men or only for women?
I think football. I mean, if you're women.
Women's football.
But I don't think they can go to competitions. Like they can only play in high school, right?
There's the Women's World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, is it so it's not football?
FIFA women. If you mean soccer.
Maybe it's hockey, I don't know.
I don't think there's a professional ice hockey for women.
Yeah,
maybe there is because a Taiwanese player went to play goal for one of the US teams.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that, remember we did an article about gymnastics a few months ago and like men did some of the types and women did other ones. Like the women did the high bar and the men's did the one where they have the rings that they have to spin around on. So do you think that's right that they should be separated by that or like let everybody do everything?
I don't think it's right because I think everybody is equal. But I know that we were born to have less strength than men. So maybe I think female athletes should be paid more.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Equal pay is at least what should happen. Okay. So back to this idea of artistic swimming. And the article says this sport is like doing a dance or a magic show in the water. So I always think of magic shows as being like card tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess you can't do that in the water, but in terms of sort of making people appear and move. Have you ever seen any really cool magic stuff?
I love magic shows.
Yeah, magic's way fun.
Yeah, I know. It's so fun. You know, when I was younger, and when I was little in my childhood, like I was around 4 or 5, I loved David so much.
David Copperfield?
Yeah. He was so great. I love watching his.
I love the simple stuff. Like some magicians do very kind of big, complicated things, but I will still just love like people like doing cool stuff with cards and making things appear.
A small trick.
Yeah, just stuff that's just like, wow, I know you're doing something with your hands, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I used to know some guys who did some magic around Ximending and stuff. It's always fun to watch. Okay, back to artistic swimming, and we see artistic swimmers twirl, spin, float, and even make shapes like stars and circles. Artistic swimming can be done by a duo, so that's like the diving thing we talked about, or a team of 8 people.
Wow.
So have you seen this kind of thing?
Yeah. Underwater, right?
Yeah, they're sort of sometimes they're under the water and then they'll kind of go up and lift people. And the people do kind of like they'll do all moving their legs in the same sort of way.
So the more people, the more exciting usually.
Well, yeah, it depends. It's in the same way as like 2 people could probably do some really clever stuff. And with 8, they could do maybe more interesting stuff. But they have to sort of practice a lot harder.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah, this is almost like ballet or a dance routine just in the water, really. It's as well as synchronized swimming, it also used to be known as water ballet. And if you think about it, that's obvious why, because it's like they're doing they call it a routine or something like that.
水芭蕾.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back to talk more about this sport.
So why not try a fun trick next time you're in the water? Keep practicing, and you might become a famous Olympic artistic swimmer one day.
So the article, after getting us to think about artistic swimming and what it is, asks us, so why not try a fun trick next time you're in the water? What do you think this sentence means?
Fun trick.
Yeah.
Like doing something cool underwater.
Yeah.
Every time I try to do something cool, I just choke on it.
So, but you could, like stand on do a handstand in the water? Like you say you need to touch the bottom, right? But touch the bottom with your hands.
But then the water just gets into my nose.
You hold your nose shut, don't you?
But if I hold my nose shut, where do I put my hands? I only have 2 hands.
You just hold it shut like close your nose, like you talk like that.
Without your hands?
Yeah.
Really?
You can try.
Maybe I should try it next time.
Okay. Do you enjoy going to water parks?
I do. But the last time I went there was really a long time ago. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, that one that was up in near sort of Taipei,
I like the slides.
Beito, they had to close it down after the fire and stuff. So, but yes, I love going to water parks. The slides, the riding around, all kinds of fun. I could definitely, even as an adult, happily spend all day at one of these places. Okay, the article goes on and says, keep practicing and you might become a famous Olympic artistic swimmer one day. So you said you used to play table tennis, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever think, I'm going to be a big table tennis star?
I was quite good in class.
Okay.
So maybe there was that moment where I was like, maybe I should do that in the future. But then no, it's too hard.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing as I imagined.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't ever think I really thought I would become a sports star. I just think there were lots of other kids in my class who were like taller, faster, stronger, better at football. So I never kind of saw myself as like, oh, I'm the sporty kid, I'm going to be a sports star. Wasn't one of those things. So if I was going to do an Olympic event now, I don't know, maybe one of those like fighting ones, or the wrestling or the martial arts, just for the fun.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. The one I did at school that was I just always like the long jump, like
the long jump. Okay.
Yeah, run up and jump.
Okay.
You don't have to be super tall to do that one. You just need to kind of get accelerate and then just join like Mario your way over there. What about you? Apart from table tennis?
But badminton. I was quite good too.
Okay. Yeah, that would be one you could try. Okay, I'm now going to hand over to Chiquilin to talk through today's word power and magic box parts before we come back to do today's review time.
我们文章中出现的 magic show 就是魔术秀的意思，所以这个 show 它就是表演或演出，它意思超多，所以像是 radio show 就是那个电台的节目，或 TV show 电视节目。那么当展出跟展览也可以哦，它是一个时尚的展览、时尚展出 fashion show， 或者是一个 flower show。那有一个片语叫做 for show， 就是做做摆饰、做做样子的意思。比如说 she only has those books for show, she never reads them。那我们再看另外一个句子 Do you want to go out and see a dancing show tonight? 你今天晚上要不要一起去看舞蹈表演呢？那因为我们在水中要漂浮嘛，这个 float 就是浮起来漂浮的意思，所以飘向大海英文就是 flow out to sea。比如说 I tossed a bottle into the waves and watched it flow out to sea。那另外呢，也可以指一个人游荡无所事事，比如说 He floated around doing nothing during the weekend。那我们看另外一个句子哦 Leaves and branches can float on the water without sinking。树叶跟树枝呢是可以浮在水面上，不会沉下去的。那么这个厉害的这些游泳的人们，他们可以耍很多的把戏，所以就会做不同的形状嘛。看他们的外形，整个样式，这个 shape 就是有形状的意思，所以变形就是 out of shape。比如说 The suit has shrunk out of shape， 这套衣服已经缩水变形了。那么当然除了指形状，一个人的健康状况也是可以。比如说 She's 90 years old, but she's in great shape。那我们看另外一个例句 This cake is in the shape of an airplane. It looks so cool. 这个蛋糕呢是一架飞机的形状，看起来超酷的。那么耍这些把戏的时候我们就会说 trick。那么它就是戏法那种感觉，可是它是名词在这边。不过呢这个字也可以当动词，我们等一下会讲。那像我们去那个万圣节不是会说不给糖就捣蛋吗？英文就是 go trick or treating， 就是这个字。又或者是有一个片语叫 do the trick， 它就是起效用的意思哦。比如说 the sauce needs more flavor， some vinegar should do the trick。可能说那再加一点醋，可能这个酱汁就会更多的口味，更好吃了。那这个 trick 就是动词嘛，我们刚刚有讲动词也可以，我们也可以讲 to trick someone into doing something， 就是哄骗某人去做一件事情。比如说 they tricked the old man into giving them $8,000。 好，我们看另外一个句子哦。Joe's dog can do a cute trick. He can shake hands with people. Joe 的狗狗呢会做可爱的招数它会跟人们握手。那我们刚刚在文章中是不是看到 besides 这一个字，它就是有除此之外，但是它是有包含后面放的这些项目的。比如说 besides milk and butter, we need some flour， 代表除了牛奶跟奶油之外，牛奶跟奶油我们是需要的哦，但是我们还需要一些面粉的意思。好，那大家不要忘记做练习哦。我们现在赶快到我们的 review time。
Review time.
Welcome to our review time. Today we're going to take a look at our word power words with seeing how they work as verbs and seeing how they work as nouns. So we've got the word show. Now as a verb, it's like, hey, look, I want to show you this thing. But as a noun, it's some kind of performance, right?
Like a live show,
yeah,
singing
you
show.
go to see a show. Like my friend is in a show. It's a performance that an audience would go and watch. Okay, now we've also got the word float as a verb, which is just you stay on top of the water.
漂浮.
Yeah, you don't go under it. But you can also use the word float as a noun with a couple of meanings. One meaning is it's kind of almost made of like a rubber or a sort of like something that floats basically. It's like kids will learn to swim, they'll hold it and they'll kick with their feet.
Yeah, 浮板啦.
Yeah, we can also use the word float for a kind of drink that is soda and ice cream.
So good, I love that.
Yeah, it's just called a float or an ice cream float. Okay, we've got the word shape, which obviously as a noun is square, triangle, circle, all of that kind of stuff. But as a verb, it means to make something into a particular shape.
把什么东西成型.
Yeah, like if you had clay, you could shape it into a bowl, a cup, a vase, something like that. And then we've got the word trick, which is a verb. It's to fool someone. I think you covered that one. You trick somebody. Or a trick can be a clever idea, a thing, a plan. It's like that's a good trick. Something that's done by magic or just something that looks very clever, very smart. Like, hey, that's really cool. Okay, so know that a lot of these words can have two different meanings, verb and noun. Make sure you understand the differences between the verb and the noun. They can be close in meaning, but they could sometimes be quite different. That's all the time we've got for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. For A+ English, I'm Pat.
I'm Chickling.
And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Magic Box
大家好，我是星座专家唐綺阳，又到了每周星座运势的时间咯。天秤座的朋友可能最近工作认真，但像呢升迁机会这种东西哦，可能呢没有办法强求哦。Besides being hardworking, you need to meet the right person to get a promotion. 很认真工作之外呢，可能需要遇到对的人，但是不要担心了。Maybe the person sitting right beside you is the one. 可能呢，旁边的人就是你的贵人，升迁机会就在不远处哦。有没有发现 beside 跟 besides 差了这个 s 哦，意思可不一样哦。beside 呢这个介系词哦，表示位置，它呢就表示在旁边。比方说啊 ，the restaurant is right beside the bank， 那家餐厅哦就在银行的旁边。那这个字呢，如果加上一个 s besides， 就有完全不同的意思咯。这个字呢，可以表示而且，除了什么之外，还有怎么样。比方说呢，我的好朋友呢 Tom， 他很喜欢各种运动，平常呢好常看他发文说他常去打篮球等等的。我就问他说了 ，Do you play any other sports besides basketball？ 除了篮球之外，你还有做哪些运动？或者是呢，感冒了 ，Besides having a headache。I had a slight fever， 头痛之外呢，我还有一点小发烧。Besides 呢，就有除了什么之外还有的意思哦。要特别提醒咯，我们不要跟片语 except for 搞混咯。Except for 呢是除了什么之外没有。比方说呢，我们的办公室同事呢要办个 party 哦。Except for me。Everyone in the office will go to the party. 除了我没有去之外呢，其他同事都会去。那如果我们用 besides 改写，意思就很不同了。Besides me, everyone in the office will go to the party. 除了我之外呢，其他所有的同事也都会参加 party。都是除此之外，但是是有还是没有？我们要特别注意咯。 最后呢，补充一下哦 ，besides 呢，除了介系词的用法之外呢，也可以当做副词哦，表示而且。通常呢，我们就会放在句首来使用哦，来补充附加另外一个论点。通常呢，它因为是附加哦，是搭配另外一个论点，所以呢，我们必须要搭配前文使用，它呢比较少单独出现。像是呢，最近啊，又是哪一出韩剧呢，让全年龄层的少女都晕船了 ？He is so handsome， 哎，他真的好帅哦。Besides, he is kind to everyone， 而且呢，他个性很好哦，对每一个人都很好，真的是太喜欢他了。好啦，你也不要呢，只是看韩剧，赶快把 besides 这个单字学起来吧。